On the front row, we have Pierre and David Goodbridge. Both of these guys looking to make big on their opportunities now that they've been given. Chris and John line up in third and fourth on the second row. Row 3 consists of Chris and Jonathan and Pierpaolo. The winner from race number 1 starts from the back this time. This will be interesting to see how he makes his way through the field. Green flag in the air. Now dead even as we cross the line. Good start. Now we're going to go 3 wide. Here comes, I believe that's Chris going up the inside. And I think he's going to take the lead into turn number 1. This is really close. Look out. So good start from Chris, but he's still side by side with David Goodbridge as we roll through turn 2. This is really close. Excuse me. I should say Craig took the lead there. And now David Goodbridge takes it back. Here comes Pierre back on the inside of Craig. They bump into each other a couple times. They're locked together down the straightaway. Down into turn 3. Oh no, the leader's gone around. David Goodbridge spins and slams into the inside wall. Now Pierre leads the way from Craig, and Pierpaolo is already up to third from the back of the field. Already, he is making headway to the front. He's got Chris behind him for the lead. Craig pokes up the inside, and Pierre, oh, he slams into the wall at turn number 6 right there. Goodness me, that was close. Craig gonna get through to the lead? I think so, yes. Pierre, oh, he gives him the bumper. Heading down into turn 7. Craig's all loose, and Miguel goes around at a third place. The favorite has lost it. And now he goes all the way back to last, so now he's got it all to do again. That's going to be real costly for him. Oh my goodness me! I think Pierre just slammed into the tire wall right there. He's got it back going. I said that was a trouble area right there. Oh, and he just hit the wall again, and around goes John trying to avoid him. My goodness me, what is going on? What a way to start this one off. Up front, Craig leads the way from Chris. And Jonathan up into third place. From the second last row of the grid, I believe. Actually, no, I think he started on row 2. So now it's a 3-way battle for the lead. Craig looking for his first win. Pierpaolo's got 1 spot back now on John, but he's got a lot of ground to make up. Top 3 right with each other with David Goodbridge back up to 4th after that spin. How quickly things change. And we're only on lap 2 and only 2.5 minutes into this thing, so we got a long race to go. Boy, Jonathan really fighting that thing a lot right there. You saw him have to double apex it right there. He almost slammed into the inside wall, and it cost him quite a bit of time. So with Craig up front, he's driving the race of his life right now. He knows what he's got to do. At least I think he knows what he's got to do to keep Chris behind him. Chris, no stranger to winning. He's won a couple times before and been in group number 1 plenty of times. But it's hard to pass on this track. Let's see if he can get it done somewhere. Oh, and just as I say that, Chris goes around and slams into the wall. And sitting in the middle of the track. Can he get back going? He doesn't have a lot of room to get turned around as he's into the wall again. So just as I say that, that might be his chance at the win gone. As he goes all the way down to 6th, I believe. Unbelievable stuff right there. So Jonathan up to 2nd now. With David Goodbridge behind him in 3rd spot. He's gotten himself back into the mix after spinning out of the lead on lap number 1. Pierre has to deal with Pierpaolo behind him. Pierpaolo's not done yet. Here he comes. Looking to the inside already. He's had enough. And sets the fastest lap in the meantime as well. He was quite a lot quicker than the 3 in front of him as he gets through easily on Pierre. Now he's got time to fight this one back. I think I spoke too soon with him being out of the game. I think he's got plenty of time to make up ground. As we go back up front through 4 and 5. Craig now has actually strengthened his lead a little bit over Jonathan. There's Pierre trying to stick with Pierpaolo. Now, don't get me wrong, Pierpaolo's going real fast, but he's still got quite a bit of a gap to make up to these guys. But if he keeps that pace, he will catch up. He was over 2 seconds faster than the top two last lap around. And a second and a half faster than David Goodrich. Oh, Craig just got big time loose through turn 10. Like I said, that's been a trouble spot. Here comes Jonathan to the rear bumper. And no, this time Jonathan actually went out a bit wide through turn 12. Same thing with David Goodrich right there. He almost slapped the wall. Haven't seen Pierpaolo come by. I think he's just outside the camera shot. As we continue to focus on the race leaders right now, can Jonathan find another way around? That lap, it was pretty equal. That lap around, David Goodrich was the quickest man on track. There's Pierpaolo in the background. He's just lurking back there. You'll probably slowly see that yellow and orange car get closer and closer as this race goes on. But he can't afford any more mistakes right now. He's already been put in kind of 2 holes to dig himself out of, and the third one might be the charm to stopping him. But even right now, he needs to keep the pace down into the 140s and even into the 139s if he wants to close this gap as quick as possible. Craig has stepped it up a little bit. He's pulled slightly away from Jonathan in the first couple of corners of this lap now as we get down into turn number 7. And that time I think Craig got into the wall, so did David Goodrich there. Now around the sweeper through turn 9. Through turn 10. This is where Jonathan's been a little bit better than Craig in the second half of the track. You saw David Goodrich drive it in hard right there, trying to make up some ground. There's Pierpaolo in the background as the top 3 are pretty much close together now. 142.0 to a 42.2 to a 41.4 to a 40.3 by Pierpaolo. He is closing in. He gained a full 2 seconds that last lap around as Craig, I think, hit the wall again. Here comes Jonathan. He's got to run. Looking to the outside. This is what Pierpaolo wants to see. He wants to see them get battling and stuff. He knows that'll slow them down. What does David Goodrich do in this situation with the 2 leaders side by side with each other? Oh, they come together and Craig goes around and he takes David Goodrich with him. Unbelievable stuff. And now Jonathan with the lead and left all alone up front. And I'm not sure if that held up Pierpaolo or not. I don't think it did. Now he's got clear track to try and run him down. Pierre gets back up into 3rd. With all that going on. Craig's back going. Same with David Goodrich. They lost about an equal amount of time. Goodrich to the inside at turn number 6 and gets through. It was going so promising for Craig there, but now I don't think it's going to happen for him. Oh, David Goodrich slaps the wall again coming through there. Now Chris, just on the outskirts of this battle, trying to regain what he lost. Pierre desperately trying to hold on to a podium here. So basically now 4 cars in this battle for the final podium spots. Jonathan leads. With Pierpaolo closing in. He beat him over a second that lap again. So let's see what Pierre can do now. Does he need to defend any here against David Goodrich? Here he comes. Not close enough yet. Does he get close enough now as they hit the straightaway? Here he comes up the inside. Pierre made a bit of a mistake. David Goodrich's going to try and get clear. Oh my goodness me, they are rubbing down through turn 3. They're still side by side as they come up to turn 4. Pierre trying to make the outside work. They touch again, and Pierre's into the tire barriers. Oh my goodness me, Chris just threaded the needle through the wall and through Pierre. That was close. And he still kept the run up. Now he's going after Craig. He might go for a... He just got past Pierre. Now he's going after Craig. Here he comes. Up the inside at turn 6. Craig into the wall. Pierre into the wall. And Chris gets through and up into 4th. Nice comeback from him so far. And he slaps the wall out of turn number 8. Or turn 7. Now through 8. Let's go back up to Pierpaolo now. He's got Jonathan still a decent way ahead of him, but he is closing that gap. But is he closing it in enough? As we're past the halfway point now, and I think they're coming up on lap traffic. So David Goodrich now trying to get away from Chris. As into the 39s goes Pierpaolo. He really blitzed it that last lap around. That's what he needs to keep doing if he wants a shot at Jonathan here. And Jonathan set his personal best last lap around. Pierre still able to keep Craig behind him, or at least I thought he did. I don't know what happened to him there. I think he ended up spinning. There he is now. He was just ahead of him. Oh, and he's into the wall at turn 1. It's all falling apart for Pierre, unfortunately. So now let's go back up to Chris, who's in 3rd spot, or 4th spot, I should say. Trying to reel in David Goodrich for the final podium spot. And Craig's not too far out of this either. He could still be a viable threat for the podium as well, especially if these two get into it. Up front, as we get back to Jonathan and Pierpaolo here. And again, Pierpaolo really able to ace it, beat him by almost 2 seconds that last lap around. He has really closed the gap in. What does Jonathan do to keep him behind now? Is the big question. Quickest car on the track right now is actually Chris, though. He was a little bit quicker than Pierpaolo that last lap around, but we're only talking hundreds here. Bit of a different line, but it works for Pierpaolo. Bit of a later entrance, I think, to turn 5. Now to turn 6. He's looking, not close enough. There's the battle back there as Chris gets ever so closer to David Goodrich's. Pierpaolo makes a bit of contact with the wall through turn number 6. It's back to Chris. He's right there. Trying to make something happen. It's probably not going to come through here, though. Oh, just as I say that. Oh, and Chris gets into it as well. Big crash right there for David Goodrich. He spins around, does, I think, a 720. Gets it back going. But that just gives 3rd place to Chris on a silver platter, even though he did get involved with that. And up front, Pierpaolo's taking the lead away from Jonathan. That's crucial right there. Now can Jonathan get him back? He's right back on him. He's got to use the slipstream and find a way back around him. Pierpaolo's going to go defensive. Jonathan's going to have to try the outside here, unless he cuts back to the inside. He's a fender alongside of him. He's there. No room through turn 4 and 5. So has Pierpaolo put this one to bed by taking the lead? Sure not. He's defending there. I don't think Jonathan's close enough to make a move, though, heading back into turn 6. He's there. Oh, he puts the bumper to him. And I think Jonathan ended up going around there. I'm not sure what happened. The camera didn't change there. Yes, he did spin around. Pierpaolo's all on his own now. So Jonathan, in the midst of, I think he missed his braking point. He took himself out as he rammed into the back of Pierpaolo. And can he salvage second now? He's back going. But I think he just kissed the wind goodbye. Unbelievable. David Goodbridge real loose through turn number 11. He's trying everything he can to get back to Chris. 4.5 minutes to go now. And Pierpaolo, as long as he keeps this one on the island, will put this race to bed. Well, let's go back to Pierre and John. They've found each other. They're going at it now. Pierre trying to find his way around John here. Looking. I was going to say, we haven't really seen any overtakes from turn 11 yet. He tried to make one there. Couldn't quite make that happen. I believe this is for position as well. Across the line they come. So let's see if Pierre can get back what he lost here. He's going after John now. John a bit wide. Pierre looks to the inside at turn 2. Look out. John able to just hold him off. Let's see how this battle turns out once we get down to turn 3, 4, and 5. Pierre with a run. John leaves the door open. Pierre's not close enough. Now he is. He's to the bumper. He's going to try the outside here around John. He's too far out wide. And John able to hold on to it. He's got a good run back on him, though. Up the inside again. Nope. Couldn't quite carry the run. Jonathan really blitzed that last lap. He took 4/10 out of the lead of Pierpaolo, but I don't think that's going to be nearly enough right now. As we continue to focus on this battle with 2 minutes to go. Oh, Pierre just completely dumps John. He got into him and spins him out. And he's going to wait for him, I think, to get going here. These two are sitting in the middle of the track as they get back rolling again. Class act by Pierre. I think he knows he got into him and he lets him have the position. So they'll just carry on and continue the battle, maybe like nothing ever happened there. Oh boy, that got pretty ugly. So now we get back up to Jonathan. The leader should be coming through there as well with Pierpaolo. And this should be getting ready to go to the final lap of the race. So let's go to our race leader. He's through turn 11. Jonathan's back there, but he's not nearly close enough. After that spin, it cost him quite a bit. 1 lap to go for Pierpaolo from sweeping the night here in the Chicago Street Course in Windy City. Chris is closed in as well to the back of Jonathan. Oh, I think David Goodrich just made a mistake back there. As we go back to this battle between John and Pierre. This is only a little bit further ahead of Pierpaolo. So they still have a good lap and a half. Yes, I think David Goodrich ended up hitting the pit wall there. He got loose and smashed into it. And Craig's taken away fourth spot. As these two continue down the straightaway here. Pierre looking to the inside, not able to make anything happen there. Meanwhile, let's go back behind them. Race leader Pierpaolo. Down the back straight for the final time. You can see Jonathan and Chris lurking in the background. Jonathan stepped it up again into the 140.4s. Again, took another 3/10 out of the lead, but still not nearly close enough. Half a lap to go. Pierpaolo got a bit loose right there. You saw the tire smoke from him. One last corner to go, up to turn 12. He didn't make it easy for himself, not this time. But you take him any way you can get him. Our first sweep of the night, Pierpaolo does it at the Chicago Street Course. He wins both races for group number 2 tonight at Hip Motorsports. Jonathan comes home in second. Chris will complete the podium in third spot. Great drives by both men.